What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all minds doing? Have you guys been trying to fast and trying to study and trying to be alone and enjoying your solitude, enjoying the beautiful sun, the rays, the beauty? Have you been trying to stay away from low vibrational beings and and really start getting in tune with self? Trying to change the low vibrational behaviors within yourself? I hope you guys have, because there really is a gift waiting for you on the other side of yourself. You know what I mean? There really is a gift at the end of the journey. There is nothing like enlightenment. I don't give a damn what anybody says. There is nothing like enlightenment. There is nothing like the gifts that come along with the discipline that you put in yourself. The sacrifices that you've done yourself. This is something that nobody can ever take away from you, because you did this shit. You understand? You did this. You did it. It's, you can have the biggest house, you can have the nicest whip, you can have all of that. But if you are unconscious in that big ass house and in that nice ass whip, then you really are not grasping the concept of spirituality. You're not grasping the time that we are in, because there is a time for that sleep, low vibrational behavior. There's a time for materialism, which was in the age of Pisces, okay, when we were naturally, astrologically, in the dark ages, okay, and our souls were asleep, okay. But there's also a time where we evolve. Now, you were talking about 26,000 years of the dark ages. You were talking about the whole entire era. You're talking about the age of Pisces, that we have been asleep long enough. It is time to wake up, and it is time to step back into your godhood, okay? It's time to wake up to the knowledge. Like, our ancestors did not leave this shit here for somebody else to claim it as theirs, okay? It's just not an honorable thing to do. There's no type of integrity, at all, in somebody else taking what your ancestors worked so hard, okay, to build and leave here for you, to have when the next cycle was going to come back, okay? All the ancients wrote about this time. All the ancients wrote about this time, okay? All of them. 2012, mirror reflected on itself, is 2021, which is exactly what As Above, So Below is talking about, okay? 2012 is 2021. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. We have to understand with that type of prophecy, what were our ancestors talking about? You know what I'm saying? What were they talking about that was going to happen in the new world? They were talking about you. They were talking about the new world order that consists of the downloaded global reset of new DNA. Spontaneous evolution. Spontaneous evolvement. Okay? Spontaneous evolvement that the sun is downloading into the crown chakra. If you're not aligned, if the chakras are not aligned properly, then you won't be able to get, the correct coding. When you have a spontaneous evolvement, which is really not spontaneous if you're keeping up with the correct timeline. It's really not spontaneous, but it is spontaneous because Like how the Bible says, oh, it's going to come like a thief in the night. It's spontaneous because of reasons like that. Like right now, at the times that we are in, by breathing in this divine cosmic air right now, at any given time, okay, you could be downloaded with a heavy dose of DNA. I mean, that can transform you into God knows what. Okay, this is what your oppressor knows. There's no secret why there's all this lockdown, okay, and why again you are wearing the mask. This is no secret to the ones who know. It's only a secret to you because, you know, the majority of the masses refuse, okay, refuse to think that anything supernatural is going on right now. And that is really a damn shame. Okay? A lot of things that we see in movies, y'all, and the sci-fis, you know what I'm saying, and the superhero joints and all of that, like, that stuff is real. They don't expect you to think it's real. They expect somebody like me, you know, to try to help enlighten, you know, somebody else. Like, they expect, you know, the people that are being closed-minded to laugh at people like myself that are literally trying to show you. You know what I'm saying? I could literally have the fucking evidence of the shit happening and people disregard it. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, you know, that's gonna be a reason why you don't move on. You know what I'm saying? People always question, how did the pyramids get built? They must have, you know, been built by, you know, ETs. Okay, so if that's the case, then what happened to those ETs? Where are they? What happened to the ETs then? The ETs are dormant inside of you. They're dormant inside of your DNA. You are the ET. You are the extraterrestrial. All this stuff is built inside of your DNA. So when you see the ancestors, our Egyptian ancestors, when you see, you know, Thoth, and when you see Isis, and when you see Ma'at, and when you see Nut, and when you see, you know, Set, you know, when you see Osiris, when you see all of these entities, okay, they are energies that are within you. They're like channels, okay? Basset, you know, Sekhmet, they're channels within you. You are not separate from those Egyptian entities, okay? You're not separate from the Orishas if you are into that, okay? Because once you start praying outwardly to these gods or goddesses, you're missing the point of it all. They are not outside of you. They are inside of you. They are energies within your being that if you wanted to tap into the energy of Sekhmet, or if you wanted to tap into the energy of Set, or if you wanted to tap into the energy of Horus, okay, then you could do so because you are them. They're not separate from you. You are them. They are you. When you are one with Source, when you are one with God, which is yourself, when you become enlightened, you become one with Source, period. And I would love to see, you know, more of my people become the gods and goddesses that dwell inside of your being. It's nothing like it. So, okay, when it comes to supernatural, okay, stop thinking logically when it comes to it. Stop using that left brain, okay? Again, there's nothing logical about spirituality. There's not always going to be proof that somebody can give you of spirituality. This is why y'all supposed to be waking up right now. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are going to be the proof. You know what I'm saying? Your stories, your gossip, which is the gospel, your own personal stories, okay, is going to be the proof. And for the people that it's already happening to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all we're going to be doing is sharing experiences, you know what I'm saying? Sharing experiences, yo, and using each other in the power of love for for energy to move in a positive, loving vibration. You know, is there such thing as good and evil? Yeah, when you're on the lower realm, when you're if you think about the number 6 9, which 6 9 again is a character for the times that we're in. 6 represents your lower nature, okay? In Egyptian numerology, 6 represents your lower nature, and the 9, which is the 6 in reverse, represents the end, completion. Okay, so either in those two are spirals. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say, the spiral of life. Either you're going to spiral upward, you're going to become that 9, okay, which is no coincidence that cats have 9 lives, and a woman is pregnant for 9 months, okay, and so forth and so on. 9 is used as a number representing and symbolizing the form of completion. Okay, so we have to understand these things. We have to understand that supernatural beings are happening right now. It's happening through the sun. Through the sun, through the sun, sun. The sun is a portal. Okay, the sun is a portal. The sun is a gateway. Okay, you literally can time travel in and out of the sun. And I know people can laugh at it all they want to. It doesn't even matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. People can laugh at it and do whatever they want to do with that information, but it's the truth. The sun is a gateway out of here. They know this. Okay? There's something called Project Looking Glass. Okay? If anybody has ever seen the movie Contact, okay, they're literally showing you the device that they have in order for them to time travel, and in order for them to look into the future, to be able to cheat and to be able to do the things that they know is going to beat you in every which way. Every war, everything, they have been able to do until now, because now we are in a new age. We are in a new astrological sign that takes place every 26,000 years. So they cannot use Operation Looking Glass anymore to see on the other end, as above, so below. They have a whole contraption that they use to spy on you in the future, because you live in multiple parallel realities, and they can play themselves out in any which way. So right now you have the illusion of free will, or you had the illusion of free will for a long time, but your free will was being manipulated, and it'll always be manipulated until you wake up, until you become conscious that the shit is even taking place. Okay, they have a contraption. If you guys watch the trailer of the movie Contact, there's a contraption at the end of the movie where this, I forget the actress's name, but they're using a device that's floating on top of water, okay, and they are creating a vibration over the water, with air. That she's sitting in a chair, and it's moving, in a way that teleports her ass up out of here. She ends up going through a wormhole, which in the medical field would be called a Einstein-Rosen bridge. Okay, and the reason why they show you this in movies, and the reason why, like I told y'all before, again, why the Europeans always have to use some type of contraption or some kind of device is because they have a calcified pineal gland. Stop letting these people tell you that everybody is the same. Everybody is not the same. Everybody is not the same. I don't give a shit if we're 99.999%. You still have, you know, a tenth of a damn 1%. That means that you're not the same. Okay? Your genetics are not the same as Caucasians. It is not the same as Asians. It is not the same as Indians. And we have to understand that. There is an evolvement process that must take place. Caucasians and Europeans are the newest species on the planet. Okay? And it is time to be unapologetically a god or a goddess. We're at that time. You need to be unapologetic for the evolvement that your ancestors took. You know, you cannot have somebody being a god or a goddess who doesn't even know how to love properly, who doesn't even know how to talk to people properly. You know, you cannot have a kind of people who have this sense of entitlement with damn near everything that they do be a god or a goddess. It does not work like that. You cannot have a people who worship materialism, okay? You cannot have people like that as leaders, period. You just cannot, because it always ends the same way. It ends up in war, it ends up in hate, it ends up in jealousy. And you start staying attached to your outside false reality having ass self, okay? Your true and natural self is your internal voice. It is your soul. It is not anything that is outside of yourself. And if you are with someone, you want to be with someone that is coming into that enlightenment stage, that's coming into that understanding. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know, probably you could hold hands with whoever you want to in hell, but it was never designed for it to be that way. Okay? The Bible speaks of people on the planet at this time that are gods, that are goddesses, and that are angels, that are helping the others in the transition into a new age, into the golden age. Okay? You have to stop thinking that supernatural shit is fake, especially if you're melanated, because the supernatural shit is about you. It's about you. Your DNA right now is going through an alchemical transmutation process. It is a self-assembling process. Your body will literally start to do its own transmutation. You will feel it happening. Okay, there's also something called horizontal gene transfer, which is why they don't want you, you know, which is why they want you 6 feet from everyone. Your electromagnetic or magnetic electro, which it really is, because I'll get to that at another time, is contagious at this time. Your magnetic electro field right now has the power to wake other people up just by your energy alone. Your energy right now is supposed to be so powerful. You could literally be standing next to somebody in fucking 7-Eleven, and your energy can be so strong that you actually can transfer energy into the next person and help to wake them up. Okay? You have the spiritual realm that is bumping into the physical realm right now. I know plenty of people that are saying things like, you know, I can see things from the corner of my eye, you know, but when I look at it, you know, then it dissipates, and, you know, and all this other beautifulness. Because the spiritual realm is right there. It's that close. You know what I mean? We are looking at the northern lights sometimes at night. You know, that is moving plasma all through the planet right now. Again, the New World Order are the people that are getting the new DNA. At this time, the entire planet is supposed to be getting new coding, new DNA coding from the sun. Our programming, is supposed to be coming from the sun. So we have to come out of the mind control trick that you're thinking that the sun is Jesus. It's an allegorical story. That's all. It's just a guide. You know, it's just a guide. I mean, geez, like he told you that the kingdom is within. He told you that. The kingdom is within. You know? I have something written down. Because, you know, I have a lot written down. Every time I write stuff down, I always end up skipping over stuff that was very important. But, you know, there's a biblical verse in Matthew, you know, that I'm going to paraphrase, you know, but, you know, it says, you know, if thine eye be single, then the body fills up with light. Thine eye. The man didn't say eyes. He said thine eye, which has to be the pineal gland. These eyes are for the illusion. Okay? So people that have supernatural psychic abilities, telekinesis, time travel, healing powers, levitation, okay? All that kind of shit, they are getting it from the light within. They're getting it because they have moved past, you know, the whole human thing. They are now supernatural beings because the light has poured into them through the pineal gland, the third eye. They are moving now and seeing now with the correct eye. They have the ability to see right through your bullshit. Okay? They have the ability now to not be fearful, you know what I'm saying, of the things that they were fearful of in the lower vibrational self. Okay? People that are not awakened yet is because you're not aligned and you're stuck in the bottom 3 chakras. Okay? To become awakened, there's a fasting process that needs to take place. It needs to be a celibacy process. It needs to be a, you know, an alkaline process. Your body needs to be within a certain pH, within a certain alkalinity. Okay, you know, when you go to the doctor and they use that little stick thing and they dip it in there, when they're reading those things, they're reading your alkalinity. They're seeing how alkaline you are, or they're seeing how acidic you are. That's what that stick means. Okay? So you have to be within a green alkaline state. That's the color that you used to be too. We never used to be, we never used to be light skin, black or brown black, or we used to be blue and green, like the color of algae, because we had pure oxygen. You know, some babies even come out and some of their birthmarks are still blue and still green. That's how you know that they just came from another realm. Why do you think they want to vaccinate your kids as soon as they get here? They the closest thing to God because they just left. Or they're, a karmic, or they're a reincarnation because there's somebody that was formerly in your family who died before they were conscious. And so now they have to repeat the cycle. So you do have sometimes where people have chosen to come back as a baby just to try to be the one to wake your family up because you guys are too stubborn to want to open up your minds and realize that there is this place is dimensional. Okay? It's dimensional. There's so many things that you can tap into. Okay? This is not a one reality thing. You know what I mean? Where you're supposed to be going to work, 8, 10 hours a day, doing hard work and all that bullshit. No, you're supposed to be doing good works. Good works. Do your good works hard. You feel me? Okay? They're hiding so many things. Like, they're hiding Atlantis, being under the ice, and damn it, Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? There are civilizations that are built of pure gold. You know what I'm saying? The ancient Egyptian pyramids were built of crystalline orgone, crystal. That is why my melanated ancestors were able to sing and dance so powerfully and beautifully, because they knew and understood how to use the pyramid as a energy, teleportation, everything device that they knew how to do, because they studied the internal aspect of themselves. The Great Pyramids are literally are you in stone form, in crystal form. They built it with you in mind. Okay? All the hieroglyphs are talking about this time we are in, guys. The golden ages. We're in the golden ages, precession of the equinoxes, 26,000 year cycle. The gods and goddesses are back. They know this. They can no longer look through Project Looking Glass, because their world has ended. So they can't cheat and peek anymore. They can't see the future anymore because their program has ended. How are they going to now look into it? By you guys doing the swabs for the test, because now they're going to be looking and studying the DNA. And if they can do that, then they'll be able to try to tell what we have in store this time as the New World Order. Okay? Claim your power. Step back into your power, y'all. Claim your power. It is the divine feminine energy that is back on the planet. Period. Okay? The power is within, y'all. Y'all have to go and get it. Okay? Y'all have to go and get it. So, some people have moved up to a Christ level where they are completely awakened. That is considered the Christ. That is male and female. Some people are in the middle stages, okay, where they're not yet Christ, but they're coming into an awakening. And the bottom realm is the materialistic, lower nature, addicted to everything, sex, TV, materialism, cars, jewelry, all that shit that doesn't matter. If you are in the lower nature at this time, that is considered a spiritual death. Okay? That is considered a spiritual death. You have spiritually assassinated yourself. You spiritually committed suicide. And what they are trying to do with those okay, what they're trying to do with that is they're trying to delete your DNA. It's DNA manipulation to remove the mRNA messenger. Okay? DNA. Period. That's what they're trying to do. Okay? And that could be a permanent thing now at this point. Okay? Y'all have to wake up. Okay? Otherwise, you guys are literally going to be, cattle for these people. Sheep on the way, come on. Sheep represents sleep. You know how to, like, sheep jump over the damn pillow and shit? That's where they get that from. So you have your Christ beings that are here. If they're enlightened, they are Christ. Male and female. Period. Okay? You have the people that are on their way to being Christ. Okay? Those are the people that are still in their awakening. They're getting there. They're getting into alignment. And then you have the people that are literally, they are at a cutoff. They can't get this. They can't grasp it. They're the low vibrational sixes. And that's why they want you 6 feet apart. They're using the spiral, the lower nature spiral against you. Okay? So, we want to get up out of that 6 and you want to spiral into a 9. You want to complete the cycle so you can move on, because there is no skipping. You have to do this at some point. There's no skipping it. Okay? So it's a matter of, do you want to redo a whole procession of the equinoxes? Do you want to redo? Because we're in the Mayan long count too. The short count has just ended. The age of Pisces was the short count. Okay? So we are now in what the Mayans will call the long count. So the golden ages for the messianic beings, the Christ beings, are in the long count. So we get to enjoy thousands of years like this. We get to enjoy thousands of years like this, and we never have to repeat it. We never have to repeat this shit ever again. Once you become the Christ, you are a part of the cosmos, period. You are a part of the harmonic, the beautiful harmonic that is on the planet. You are a part of it, period. Your energy will always be here. Never destroyed. Never manipulated anymore. Okay? There is nothing that can stop that once you become Christ. Once your mind is free, once your soul is free, they can't recapture it. That's it. The body, they might can try to take control of the body, but you're going to lose the body anyway. And when you go through the transmutation process, you get a new body, and you actually can feel it happening. Okay? So yes, there are aliens amongst you. They look just like human beings. There are good aliens. There are bad aliens. There are portals that some of the bad aliens are hopping through at nighttime, right in front of your face. They do it through the sewers. They do it through the train stations. They do it through the moon. They do it through the sun. No, I'm sorry. Our people do it through the sun, because they can't handle the rays of the sun. They can't. Melanated people belong in the sun. We need to live in areas where there is sunlight all the time. Our melanin has its own intelligence. Okay? And stop letting these people just tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the doctor, you need to understand if you're melanated. All of the damn, like I told you before, all of the lab results are geared towards the Europeans' numbers, ranges. So if they're telling you that you're anemic and you're melanated, you need to keep in mind that they're going off of a European's range. I just saw an orb, y'all. Did y'all see the orb in the that was see? You see? Those orbs, things like that. See? You saw it again? See? See? Those are other beings. Those are light beings, because you only need a body, you need a body in earth. But those orbs that you just saw floating, those are souls. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the spiritual realm is right here. We're all interconnected. So you want to be a part of this. Things like that are intelligent. If you're wearing a mask, those are the, that is the bacteria that's coming from the sun, the real coronavirus. That's the bacteria that's coming from the sun, okay, that is trying to get into you through the breath. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to get into you through the breath. Those things like that is what is going to upgrade you and take you into a higher state of consciousness, into a higher being. Okay? So we have to work on our empathy. We have to work on our love. We have to work on our eating. We have to work on our, chopping down that materialistic mindset, because you're not going anywhere with that. Okay? You have to break free of that. That's literally what will break you out of jail, is to break free of all the fucking ads and shit that you see everywhere. It's to draw you in to the matrix, to draw you into the illusion. You know what I'm saying? So once you break free of the material mindset, okay, then you can start to humble your heart. Your heart has to be as light as a feather. If you're constantly showing off the shit that you get and all of that, then you're not humble. You're trying to shit on everybody because you have something. And people that do that be miserable for real, like on the inside. You have to learn how to be by yourself. Okay? If you are codependent, that's a karma. Okay? If you out here just, I don't know, shit. If you out here just having baby after baby after baby after baby after baby with no purpose to that shit, like you're having purposeless babies, and you wonder why these purposeless babies end up growing up being drug addicts or just be out there acting crazy, because you didn't have them with an intention while you were doing what you were doing. You had them with no intention. You just accidentally oopsed in someone, and 9 months later came a baby. Well, that baby now has no purpose. Okay? That's a talk that we need to have. Once people start becoming more enlightened, we definitely need to talk about sexual alchemy. But it's time for you to become your own, alchemist. It's time for you to wake your DNA up. Okay? Through meditation, through discipline, through studying. Okay? And melanated people, we have got to understand that we are our own harmonic. Period. We are our own harmonic. Everything is its own energy. Period. Everything is its own energy. Melanated people are their own energy. So whatever programming that you get downloaded with at this time, it will not be the same programming for the European. The European has a lot of evolving to do. They're the last ones. They're the babies of the planet. So, that would make melanated people the parents of the European. They don't want you to know this, because they'll call you a racist. No, it's not. It's a genetic fact. It's a genetic fact. We're genetically dominant. They know it. Does that mean that we think that we're better? No. Okay? But it is what it is. It just means that we have gotten to a certain point of evolvement that they still have to go through. Okay? They have to lose whatever entitlement things that constantly keep taking place. It is what it is. And what our people was very important to understand, and I'll end it here. I usually don't go this long. What's very important to understand is that our spirituality right now, the dance is very important. Our cultural dance helps to wake up the DNA, helps to rise the Kundalini. The way that we dance is a form of hypnotism. When we move our waist and shit like that, that's a wave, man. That's an actual sine wave, because energy is a wave. Energy is a wave. When we move like that, we are copying the snake. We are copying the Kundalini energy that rises up the spine. That's why women are always deemed as sexual. Yeah, well, because we are. That's the magnetism. Okay? The magnetism is coming from the woman. The electricity aspect is coming from the male. That's why it's really magnetic electro. It's not really electromagnetic. It's really magnetic electro. But we can call it electromagnetic. It's cool. But we just want to understand what that's talking about. Electromagnetism is masculine and feminine combined into one. That's electromagnetism, period. So, I'll end it at, yes, there are extraterrestrial beings out here. Those are the beings that have transmutated alchemically into the Christ. Okay, they are able to do paranormal things that will not make sense to you, but that doesn't mean that these people are satanic. That doesn't mean any of that. Okay, that means that they have passed their karmic tests. They have settled their debt. Okay, they have risen their energy through the Kundalini energy, through the sexual, divine, feminine energy. They have cleared their karma, and they are now here to help the others transition into this beautiful stage as well. And then once you become enlightened, then you can do the same thing. Okay, but that's what this time is about. They are petrified of it. Okay. They don't know what you are going to turn into, period. They have no clue, because they will have to study this chain of DNA coding that the whole planet is getting. Everything is getting new coding, period. It's going to take them eons to study it, because the coding is going to be so long, okay, that it will take them forever to figure it out, and it's going to keep mutating. Melanin mutates all the time. It's not recessive like the European gene. The European gene has one common ancestor. Okay? Melanated people, you have to understand. Okay? You are indigenous to a place. Okay? Everybody with different genes are indigenous to their own harmonic place. Stop letting them make you feel like you need to apologize, okay, for being what you are. Okay? Stop. You're not racist for being an unapologetic, melanated god or goddess. Okay? Because if you are a god or a goddess or an angel or a shaman, okay, or a sage or whatever the hell else, a witch, which only means wise woman. If you are those things, then I know that you're pure heart, because you wouldn't have been able to get through the gates if you weren't. So don't apologize for the hard work and dedication that you put into yourself. Don't apologize to the fact that you were paying attention while others were not. Don't apologize for the fact that you have a good, pure, empathetic heart. Don't apologize for the powers to heal. Don't apologize for trying to help others to awaken to their God within themselves. Don't apologize for trying to collapse a system that doesn't give a fuck about you. Don't apologize for trying to save the youth, your parents, your loved ones. Be proud of yourself. Walk and stand in your power. All right, y'all. Till next time.